Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. And today is going to be just a welcome to the madness update. I've got crap everywhere. And again, I've dug myself a hole where I've got, 18 things going on and nothing's finished. It's been a long week. It's Friday evening. I'm dog tired. But I've been able to squeeze in a couple hours here and there of messing around. So if you guys have ever seen the new Karate Kid, there's a line in there that suits me perfect. Mr. Miyagi is talking to the kid and he says, your focus needs more focus. And man, God, it does. Anyway, so this is still on the bench. I got the oil changed over and was going to take it out for a run, but it started raining, so aborted the run. And then now the Holmes Hobby motors are here, so I have to get some leads soldered onto here and get them installed in the truck. So I'm just going to wait and get the motors in and then take it out and run it. So what I got was the Retro Sport 540 19 turn motors. So it'll be running the same front and rear. ESC should handle it just fine. So plan is this weekend to get those installed. I did get the body cut out for the Raider. So we have the body and the wing cut out for it. So I need to get this cleaned up and the windows masked off, and I get some paint on this. And then I also cut out the other Blitzer Beetle body so I can start working on that, because I'm making a runner body for the Black Edition one. The body on the Black Edition one just came out so nice, I don't want to get it all scarred up and scratched. So I got a Team Blue Groove body for it. And we'll put a kind of a custom paint job on there. Probably, again, going to be something, kind of weathered, kind of beaten up and old. Not 100% sure yet. So I did get that done. I got a package in this week from a viewer. I'm not going to mention names because I don't want anybody pestering anybody else for stuff in the comments. But he reached out and said that he had some knockoffs for the RC10 because I was missing one on this one. And so he sent me a pair of knockoffs that he had laying around. He said he doesn't have any RC10s, but he did have a pair of knockoffs, so he sent me those. And then he said he was digging through some parts and found a motor that I might like. So he sent me, which looks to be a rather lightly used Reedy competition stock motor, and this actually has the Associated Electronics or Associated Electrics, the Cadillac street address on this, so that may go in here. I can't remember. This has a stock Associated motor. I got to pull that out. The one in here looks like it has seen a little bit more mileage than this guy has, and if the competition stock is going to be a little bit faster, then I'll go ahead and put that in there. So new leads put on this and get that installed in the car. My auction find RC10, that looks like this now. So I chassis off. The front suspension is about the only thing that's still halfway put together. Everything else has been torn down. So one thing I noticed tearing this down, where is it? The block that mount, there's 3 screws in each one of these 2 blocks, and mounts the front suspension and the shock tower down to the chassis plate, and one of those has got a big old crack in it. So found those online. Those showed up the other day. Got a pretty good deal on those through eBay. They look like they've been installed. But if they were installed, they weren't in there very long and got very little use. But it's just a little tiny suspension mount, and then the shock tower mounts to it, and the sway bar actually gets bolted down to that as well. So kind of an important piece to have up there because it kind of holds the whole front end onto the car. But I'm working on getting this cleaned up. This thing was gnarly. I did not realize how gross it actually was. But one cool thing I did find out is once I got it out, it has an MIP transmission in it. So I'm assuming this has the MIP ball diff in it, and so that was kind of a neat find. But evidently, whatever grease was ever in here has all leaked out and was caked over everything and had like hardened up and aged over time. So this whole thing and the whole rear suspension was a mess. Shock oil had leaked all over the place and, got everything grody. I got the preliminary cleaning done just to make sure nothing else is broken. Yeah, the chassis is screwed up. It's scratched, scarred. It's got the big window in it here, where some idiot put a rocker switch on there, and it has this cool little hole in the side where the rocker switch went bad, so they put another rocker switch through the chassis. You know, I guess they'd never heard of double-sided tape. Anyway, so got, you know, this one I'm just going to clean up and rebuild, throw some electronics in there, and then this one is the one that's actually going to get taken out on the track, run around, and we'll have fun with this one. This one is pretty much going to get a light run in the grass just to say I ran it, and it's going to live life as the shelf queen. But the runner had the sway bar on it, so I've taken everything off, and I will be transplanting the sway bar onto this one. It's kind of counterproductive because since that one's going to be the runner, sway bar would be more beneficial in here. But the sway bars on these things are decorative for the most part. You know, they do a little bit, they don't do a lot. But I would rather have it on here, have this one complete, and then that one, you know, I can find another sway bar, make another sway bar, do something for it. I did take off the big Andy's front bumper that was on here. It looks cleaner and sleeker. I'm not going to get rid of this. This will stay with it. And, you know, I can put it back on anytime. But I just think it looks slicker and more finessed without the big bumper on there. One thing I did do is there was some rubbing on the edge of the body where it meets the chassis. And so there was a little bit of a rub spot here and a little bit of rub spot here starting to happen. So I took the body off, cleaned it, and then we put the Tamiya foil tape. So this is like the fiberglass reinforced tape. So I lined the whole sides here. So as you can see, anywhere the body could rub or was rubbing, because you know it had rub marks on it from different things rubbing on it. So anywhere there was a rub mark on the paint, I went ahead and covered up. Both, it'll quiet up the body when it does run so it won't rattle around, and two, you know, I don't have to worry about it rubbing through this fantastic looking paint job. But there was a little bit of dust and dirt in here. Just, you know, wipe that up, clean that up. The battery tray in this one, the front had been cut out to allow for a longer battery pack to be put in, and it was missing the top brace, so I actually stole this out of the other one and put the regular battery tray and everything in here. Again, I'm not too worried about, you know, fitment for this. Worst case, I'll just kind of lay it in there and run it around. You know, this one's not going to get beat on, so this is just going to be like, you know, the Sunday cruiser once in a while. So again, good chance the competition stock motor will go in here. And but again, I got to get the leads on that. Let's see. Oh, one real cool thing that showed up in the mail a week or two ago is this bad boy here. So if you guys are not familiar, the Futaba Magnum was like the radio back in the day. If you were a racer back in the 80s, you probably ran late 80s, early 90s maybe. You were probably running a radio like this. You know, it's one of the few radios at the time that, you know, had dual rates and, you know, sub trims and everything on it. You know, it's just got so many cool little features to it. And other than the receiver, it's all here. Now, I got a heck of a deal on this because somebody bought it and the battery tray the batteries had corroded in it. He tried cleaning the batteries. The terminal, one of the spring terminals popped off, and he couldn't fix it. So he put it up for sale. It sat there for a while. I watched it and ended up getting this for $40 plus, you know, $8-10 shipping, something like that. So it is in perfect condition. And I went out and borrowed another 8-cell battery holder because it's the little battery holder that comes in and out and powers right up. So I need to get a receiver for this. And I also have seen dozens and dozens and dozens of these things in magazines over the years, in people's pictures and everything. And this little strap has always been just hanging loose. I thought it was just like something you put around your wrist to make sure you didn't drop it. But come to find out, this is actually a adjustable hand strap. So you actually get your hand in there, and then you can actually, you know, put that strap on, and it takes nothing to hold on to the radio. So you're not sitting here trying to, death grip this ginormous brick of a radio throughout a race. And, you can concentrate on, finessing the controls much better than, if you've got a death grip on a 5-pound radio throughout a 10-minute main. And then, of course, it has an antenna that reaches to Saturn. So you definitely didn't have to worry about range with this guy either. So, cool little addition. Not sure what car this will get paired with, but, more likely this will get paired with a car. The only thing that is not 100% on here is the foam grip is a little crunchy, but, I'll live with that. It's a pretty awesome radio for 40 bucks. Some more eBay finds. Got 2 packs of the shocks for like the Blitzer Beetle. Came out of a parted out kits, so got those cheap. What else? Oh, I again found another bargain on eBay. I got a Kyosho Raider chassis, brand new, doesn't have a scratch on it, doesn't have a mark on it, to be honest with you. So that may be going on the Raider up here. And then I did the responsible thing and ended up bidding on another Kyosho Raider, and I won that. So we'll see what that one looks like when it shows up. From the pictures, it looks like it's in really good shape. So one of the 2 of them will get fixed up and out running, and the other one will get prettied up and made into a shelf queen. And, eventually, the one we're running, I may move on, but I couldn't pass this up. It was cheap and, can go on either one of them. And then speaking of cheap, the little battery thing, I got 2 of those for like $8 off of Amazon. So the fix for that was super cheap. Other than that, I'm just down here creating more chaos for myself. I actually won another auction recently for another truck, kind of similar-ish to this. Not the same brand, but, big spiky Chevron tires on it. And it's one I used to have, so I'm looking forward to getting that, and hopefully, I know I need to get a body ordered and get decals for it. But overall, the truck looks like it's in really good condition, so hopefully that's not going to take a whole lot of effort to get cleaned up. But again, I've got so many different projects I keep starting and looking at and playing with, and then I put away, and then I just need to focus. But I hope you guys enjoyed the rambling, the update of what's going on. I'm still here. It seems to be there's 2 videos a week, then there's no video a week, and there's no consistency. I'm sorry. Life's a mess. But anyway, guys, everybody out there, you guys be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you on the next one. Hopefully, something out running, something that actually is finished. Who knows? See you guys.